Alright guys, so usually on the first day of school I like to see what you guys know. So I usually ask my class, do you know the order of operations? So think about it for a minute, and I think what most people would tell me the order of operation is Pemdas, or we learn this funny little sentence that says, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But a lot of the students nowadays will say Pemdas. P-E-M-D-A-S. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And this is pretty much the order that you follow. And just to point out, there is a difference between wisdom and knowledge. A lot of people know this, but don't know how to apply it properly. I've seen this across all levels, from developmental math all the way up to pre-cal. So I'm going to give you a simple problem. I want you to do it by hand. Don't get help from anybody. I want you to post your answer here in the discussion board, and then I'm going to come back later and tell you the actual answer. So let's go over this really quickly. PEMDAS means parentheses or grouping symbols. The E means exponents. The M means multiplication, D division, A addition, and S subtraction. So I just want to see if you can do it. So I want you to do this problem by hand. Don't get help. Don't use the calculator. And then post your answer here on the discussion board. And I'm going to come back later on and then re-explain this answer. So let's just do 2 plus 18 divided by 2 times 10. Okay, so I think this is pretty simple, but this will give me an idea if you know order of operations. So actually I'm not going to come back later on. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. So what I want you to do is work this out and pause the video. So I want you to pause the video, work this problem out, and then come back and play it. Alright, so I'll pause for a little bit. Hopefully you pause and work this out. Now there's normally two answers that I see when people work this out. There's two different answers. One of the answers is 1. Some people may get 1. And the other answer that you might get is 100. Okay, two very different answers. Hopefully you got one of these. But only one of them is correct. Alright, so here's the thing. This is the order of operations, and a lot of people know it. But as I mentioned, there's a difference between wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom is knowing something. Knowledge is being able to apply it. Sorry. Knowledge is knowing something. Wisdom is being able to apply it. So knowledge would be knowing order of operations. Wisdom would be applying it correctly to a problem and then getting the correct answer. Another example of knowledge and wisdom, if I ask, is a tomato a fruit or vegetable? By definition, a tomato is a fruit. That would be knowledge. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. So you don't put tomatoes in fruit salad. Alright, which one of these is correct? So, according to PEMDAS, it's been updated since I was in school, because I think when I was in school we just did parentheses first, exponents, multiplication first, then division, then addition, then subtraction. But actually it's been defined or changed up since I've been teaching, which I've been teaching about 8-9 years. The order says do multiplication and division from left to right. Both of these are equal and opposite counterparts. Whichever one comes first, left to right. L to R. Alright, and the same thing for addition and subtraction. So what that means is you don't have to do multiplication first. If division is first, you do division first. But you still have to do parentheses first, you still have to do exponents first, and then either one of these, and then either one of these. So how do you get 1? Well, if you add up 2 plus 18, that'll give you 20. Bring down divided by 2 times 10. Now, a lot of people would skip the division and do multiplication first because they think, oh, we have to do multiplication first. So you would do 2 times 10, and that would give you 20. So you have 20 divided by 20, and that's how you get 1. Okay, sorry, just running off the bottom of the page. Let me move this. Alright, but this is actually not the correct answer. Okay, and you can put this in a calculator just like it is, and it will give you 100. So what you actually should do, you still add the parentheses first, 2 plus 18, and that will give you 20. Alright, and then divide by 2, because you got to go left to right, multiplication or division, whichever one comes first. Divide by 2, 20 divided by 2 gives you 10, and then times 10 gives you 100. Okay, so hopefully, if you've always, or if even now you wanted to do order of operations just in this order, be careful and know that you have to go left to right when you get to multiplication and when you get to addition and subtraction. This is one of the very basic things that you have to know. Otherwise, everything that you do in math will fall apart if you get the order wrong. Now, I want to tell you, if you got 1, you didn't do any math wrong, you just did it out of order. So that's a good indication that you know how to add, multiply, divide, and etc. But if you got 100, then good for you, you're on the right track. So for those who got 1, make a note that you got to change this up because you've learned it and you've been doing it the wrong way. So you got to make sure you do it the right way. So do make that adjustment. And again, anytime you need help, just send me a text or an email, and I will get on here and I can model and help you out with whatever you need. Alright, anyway, so I hope this is helpful. Make sure you start practicing doing the order of operations the correct way. And then I'll see you guys soon.